The effect of the climate crisis is having an ever-increasing impact on the decisions that are made within the sporting world. And as a result, the R&A partnered with the RSPB in January of 2020 to improve the way that golf works alongside nature and in turn become a more sustainable industry.
Golf courses have been around for a really long time, and maybe historically they haven't had the best impression of them in terms of how they provide for nature and the environment, but actually that's really changing. Historically, golf courses are potentially protected against development, but actually now we need to make sure those habitats are really well looked after, and ultimately that's what the RSPB and R&A partnership is about.
But with this being the 150th Open at the home of golf, it's sure to be bigger than ever before, and aligning that huge scale with the need to keep environmental factors at the fore is no easy task.
When large events are hosted on habitats and in areas like the lynx habitats that are here at St Andrews, actually you do have to be mindful of the species that are here and the habitats that might be affected by that infrastructure. So they bring in ecological consultants that would check those areas before the infrastructure goes up and make sure that things like no nests are damaged, no burrows are damaged and that kind of thing. Also after the event, as they deconstruct everything, still having nature and wildlife in mind.
So what is it about these beautiful grassy, sandy landscapes which play host to the Open each year that makes them so vital to protect?
The lynx golf courses provide really good habitat for a range of species, and especially the red listed species like skylarks and then amber listed species like meadow pipits. They're really in severe decline. Golf courses are providing a refuge for those birds to live here and be able to breed. We've got to be mindful that those birds, if they've created a nest and are nesting with chicks, that area needs to be protected and fenced off. Golf courses are also really important for mammals, things like hares and different species of deer using the golf courses, bats as well. And a range of golf courses can be important for those species, given they're somewhere to roost and to sleep and live, but also to forage and find things to eat. Lynx courses botanically are really good, so the plants that grow here, we've got harebells and all the marram grass is actually really important in this lynx coastal landscape.
So clearly there's a lot worth looking after around these parts, but that can't be achieved in 1 week. In St Andrews, however, there are a variety of projects that will have an everlasting effect.
So here at St Andrews there's been quite a few projects that look at the legacy of the Open and the projects that could support nature. One of those is looking at habitat for sand martins to nest. They're not wanted in the bunker faces during the event. As a mitigation and enhancement to provide areas for sand martins to nest, dunes have been scraped back to create habitat for sand martins to nest in. In terms of protecting golf courses from the impacts of climate change, actually golf courses being managed with nature and the climate in mind is actually the best way that the golf industry can combat those kind of things. Here at the Open this year, using electric mowers to mow the greens is actually, one way to combat, our fuel emissions. That is setting a showcase for the rest of the golf industry. There's 126,000 hectares of golf course in the UK. If all of those can be managed beneficially to store carbon as well as those habitats being good for nature, we've got a real kind of solution on our hands if the golf industry can come together to work on that.
But it's not just championship courses that need to play their part. There is plenty to be done at a local level.
The greenkeepers are often the people that I speak to the most, but actually the interest is also coming from the membership. Committee members will also reach out to me and say, actually, we want to start a wildlife project or we want to start a project that is more sustainable. We want golf courses to be good for nature, but actually we still want them to be good and fun places to play golf. So it can't become so challenging that it's not appropriate for the membership or the visitors that might come and play. So actually all the advice we give is about combining those two things together.